there. Welcome to Discussing Fitchburg Now on Fitchburg Access Television in the Workers Credit Union studios here. Thanks for watching. This week's show, we are talking about the Uruguayan Independence Festival that's happening at Sima Park. And then we're also talking about New Players Theater Guild's new production, The Phantom Tollbooth Jr. That'll be in the second half. All right, so make sure you stick around through the commercial break for the second half. Okay, and so up now, I have Natalie Castro, the president of Centro Celeste, a fairly new nonprofit that supports Uruguayan and Spanish-speaking businesses and persons. Is that correct?
Correct, yes.
All right.
Yep, we officially registered November of last year, so almost a year now that we've become official as a nonprofit, but it's been in the works for about 2 to 3. But this is the first year where Centro Celeste will be hosting the Uruguayan Festival, so we're very excited.
All right, so Jared, could we just start by sharing the flyer from the Uruguayan Festival so that we can share what we're talking about, and then we'll talk a little bit about what Centro Celeste does. So here's the flyer for the Uruguayan Independence Festival. There. It is on, is that Sunday, August 21st?
Correct.
Sunday, August 21st. It's an all-day festival right at Sima Park from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. It's $10 to enter the festival, and there's going to be music and food and all kinds of stuff, and it's at Sima Park at 67 Scott Road in Fitchburg. Okay, and this is put on, hosted by your organization, Centro Celeste.
Correct, yes. We've been planning it now for about 6 to 7 months. There's a lot that goes into it, you know, finding sponsors, you know, confirming the stands. So we're very excited. We have artists coming to perform. So we have people from even New Jersey coming to play traditional Uruguayan music. We have a local rock band that's full of Uruguayans as well as some solo artists too. We're also expecting a famous artist from Uruguay that will be coming to perform that day. We're keeping it as a surprise for now, so people won't know until that day, so they have to go to find out.
Oh, cool. So
Yes.
so there's going to be multiple musical events all throughout the day.
Correct. Yep. So there's going to be always a DJ there anyway, and just in between. But we have about 4 to 5 artists that will be playing throughout the day.
Wow, that's going to be big.
Yeah.
And there's going to be food. Can I buy flan? Because
I
that is
believe
what
so.
I'm really excited about.
Yes. There's going to be many stands. People are going to be selling empanadas. They're going to be selling chorizo al pan. Comegueto will be providing some food as well. Dutch Kitchen will be there with a stand, as well as some other sponsors like New York Life. They'll be having like a games table. And then
Games? What kind of games?
So there's this game. It's very common. I always forget the name of it. You like throw the beanbag.
Cornhole?
Yes.
Oh!
Yep, so we're going to be having a couple of those, and then the person that's going to be running that stand will have another few games for children as
And this
well.
is New York Life, the insurance company?
Correct.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Good
Yep.
sponsor.
Yes. One of many. So this year we have 18 sponsors, which we're very happy about and so appreciative of. And we worked really hard, and we're just so happy that they decided to just come on board and support us.
Nice. So this Uruguayan Independence Festival is both a fun event to highlight, you know, the different talents and showcase the culinary skills and music of the Uruguayan population, but also is a fundraiser for your nonprofit, correct?
Correct. Yes. So the entrance is $10 per car. So it doesn't matter how many people you have in the car. You know that's just
Ooh,
the entrance
$10
fee.
a car.
$10 a car. Yes.
Smart.
So we hope many people come and enjoy. It is our biggest fundraising event of the year. It's one of the many that we do throughout the year, but this is just the biggest one. It's one where we collaborate with other organizations across state lines that are Uruguayan based as well. like the ones in New Jersey, the Uruguayan Club in New Jersey, they're going to be bringing over some people as well. And hopefully in the future we'll be able to collaborate with a few more. But yes, it's going to be one of our biggest fundraising events, and it's going to be promoting one of our biggest goals of Central Celeste is to kind of have a place of our own. So as we start fundraising more and we meet with different people that help us to do business counseling, things like that, we'll be able to kind of pinpoint when exactly we would be able to have a place of our own. And in the future, our plans are to have a space where our artists can come from Uruguay and host these cultural events. Not only those events, but also workshops. So like homebuyers workshops in Spanish, retirement, so many different kinds of things out there, even immigration assistance. So we're hoping to have the space to be able to do those for that community.
Yeah, because Fitchburg has a lot of resources available for home buyer classes and a lot of these different things that you just mentioned. Fitchburg has a good amount of resources, but not so much all in Spanish. Through with Luisa Fernandez from Fitchburg Public Schools and the collaboration there with the art stewards, they were able to offer some financial literacy, all in Spanish, but it's not, it's really just kind of been starting. And there's a lot of, Fitchburg has a very large population of Spanish, English as a second language,
Correct.
And predominantly Spanish speaking.
Yes. Yep. So that's where we kind of want to step in. Either it be Fitchburg, Leominster, that's where the biggest Uruguayan population is.
In our area?
Yes,
Really?
In Massachusetts at least. We just don't see enough representation of ourselves, either it be in government, in schools, in leadership positions, but they are out there. So our biggest goal and mission is to kind of bring these people to light and have them offer their resources to our community. So I always network with people that are in the mortgage industry, that are in the insurance industry, any kind of industry where it's going to benefit our community and kind of help them build success, even especially building businesses. That's the biggest goal as well, is kind of have a place where we're able to offer these resources to our community so that they're able to open up a new business or open up a new, corporation, things like that. So I'm hoping to have that all in one place. So if they ask, hey, how do I even go about starting this? Oh, I don't speak that much English. I don't know where to start. Can I even do this? We want to kind of step in and be like, hey, we have all these resources available for you, and we're going to get you where you need to be.
Because it's like you mentioned, collaboration. It's one thing to have people give people a seat at the table, right?
Yeah.
And give them opportunities. But it's another thing if they feel like they're the only one who doesn't speak English so well.
Right.
Maybe they might give up. But when you collaborate and you bring lots of people together, then they realize, oh, you're starting a business, I'm starting a business too. Oh yeah, well, let's do it together. And oh, I'm also involved in the city in this way, and let's do it together. And then we can grow our representation here in the city. Because we have a large population of Spanish speaking, and we're a very diverse community. However, if you look at our city government or if you look at our city boards and commissions, you might think that we're all white and old, right? So having an organization such as like yours to be able to help lift people up and bring them all together and collaborate, I really appreciate it.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah. So that is basically the whole reason why we started it. I had a great conversation this morning with Mayor DiNatal and Natalia and Joan, and then I also met Mary Jo. We talked a lot about creating, these resources as to how can we be represented. And I had a great conversation, and it kind of sparked kind of a little bit while they were speaking. I'm like, oh, well, we are kind of filling that void with what we're doing now. So there's just so many possibilities now with this organization, and it's only like up from here. So I'm so excited about that.
Well, I appreciate what you're doing, and I appreciate that you're bringing this Uruguayan Independence Festival. It's fantastic. So, with the Centro Celeste organization, what is the organization's kind of mission, and who is involved in it?
Yep. So, the mission of the organization is to offer resources to the Uruguayan community, not even just the Uruguayan community, but all Spanish-speaking communities, to be able to succeed. Whether that be with, providing things in Spanish to help build businesses, get a home, but also helping with other things that you may not think are necessary in Spanish, but they are. So if having forms available in Spanish, not just English, things like that. And then even thinking about retirement. Retirement is a huge issue that we have in the community that not many people think about.
There's a lack of planning for retirement in
Correct.
the Uruguayan community and
Yes.
Spanish-speaking community?
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah. There's just not enough education about it. Because when you reach a certain age, you want to make sure that you're able to take care of not only yourself but your family as well. And what's been engraved is like, oh, I'll just work until I can't work anymore. But when that time comes, it's like, well, how much do you have saved up? So just partnering people up with those financial coaches or people that are in the financial industry, retirement planning, investments, things like that speak Spanish, it's going to open a whole other door to the community and kind of help them be on another pedestal.
That's so beneficial and necessary because,
Yes.
and a lot of people that grow up in families where they didn't plan for retirement, the children might not plan for retirement. I know a lot of people like that.
Right.
So having an organization that's right there available to say, what are you doing? What are you doing with your paycheck? Are you contributing to any retirement? What do you have for life insurance? These kinds of things are really beneficial to change
Right.
the trajectory of people's lives.
Definitely. And we do know, not even just Uruguayan culture, but Spanish culture, Hispanic culture, it's very taboo to talk about finances. So we're just trying to break the walls down on that and be like, hey, it's okay to let people know, hey, I'm struggling, I need help. It's okay to ask for help and to kind of get guidance. Even, it's kind of, looked down upon to kind of get guidance. You should probably know everything. That's not the case. You should be able to ask for help when you need it and guidance and, know the next steps as to what your future holds and be ready for when that point comes, not only for you, but your family as well.
Yeah, and it's complicated enough to learn about financial life insurance and 401ks and IRAs and blah 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 and all this without with having a language barrier.
Right.
So you have these financial institutions that'll help you, but they speak mostly English, and so having someone to be able to not have to translate, they can just speak to you in Spanish or whatever your native language is. That would so helpful.
Yeah, correct. So that's where the networking comes in. I've met a lot of great people that are in that industry, and it's sometimes, well, I don't get enough Spanish, customers or members or clients because they're kind of not scared to talk about it. They're kind of, I don't want you looking at my stuff, but we're just trying to break those walls down. It's kind of time that we kind of put ourselves in a position where our community can succeed and we have to take those steps. So I'm glad that I was able to kind of meet with people that speak Spanish, are in that industry, are able to communicate the information to them, so they don't get any misinformation or anything like that. And they know what they're signing up for. So that's my biggest goal, kind of getting people to, just a little bit higher, and everybody's able to reach success. Everybody's able to be successful. It's just, even if you don't know English, you have the right to kind of know all these options.
Yeah, and everybody, like you said, everyone has the opportunity to be successful. Some, might take a little bit more time.
Right.
And some have already a great, heads up. But everybody, can work towards, maybe not at the same pace, but towards the same goal.
Right. It's really one day at a time. And that goes with anything. It could be with this organization, with your lifestyle, with your financial choices. But having that one up where you're able to understand what you're being offered and the guidance that people are trying to give you, it really makes a big difference.
What inspired you, Natalie, to get involved in helping, in this organization that, helps people in these ways?
So I came here when I was very little. I was born in Uruguay, and then at 6 or 7 years old, I came here to Fitchburg, actually. What really inspired me when I was at that age is I was growing up and I was seeing these different businesses. There was a pizzeria by Market Basket. There was another pizzeria by the hospital by Burbank. And there were just these little, businesses, Uruguayan-based, that I grew up with. As I got older, these businesses didn't end up, being open for that long. And it's mainly due to maybe sometimes it's financial illiteracy, sometimes it's maybe the community itself is not supporting each other. So those are both issues within the community that we have to kind of resolve, because we can give you all the tools you need to succeed, but as a community, we kind of need to come together and support each other. If we don't support each other, nothing's ever going to kind of succeed. Nothing's ever going to, last. So I got tired of seeing that. I was like, we do not need to be doing this anymore. We are a large community. I don't understand why we're not united.
We have the largest Uruguayan population in the area, right?
Right, yeah. In
Leominster,
Massachusetts, Fitchburg, Leominster has the largest area. So why aren't we seeing that translate into businesses or other corporations or, just a bunch of different things? When I was younger, they were here. Those businesses were here. As I got older, they weren't here anymore. So I kind of was like, well, if nobody's going to do it, why don't I just do it? Like, what is the worst that can happen if I just start something? And honestly, since I started, I gave out the idea, let's start an organization, let's do this. People always would bring up, oh, it's tried to be done in the past, it just never got through. And that may have been the case at that time, but I'm like, well, we kind of have new resources now. I have a degree, I have an associate's degree in business. I'm like, I kind of know how to form a business. I kind of know how to form an organization. And I worked in a credit union for 4 or 5 years now. So I kind of got that experience and I'm like, well, let's just try it. So I gave it a try, and since then, I've been just getting increasing support. So I kind of want to keep the momentum and not just stop at this. I want to keep going and going and going. This is only the beginning. I want it to just be even bigger.
So on that note, one of the big fundraisers is going to be this Uruguayan Independence Festival. And this flyer is the same. Does this flyer work, or should we use the other flyer?
So this one is just inviting all the children to come and participate if they want to hold the flag at the opening ceremony. Or join
let's
in
put this one on the screen. So children are invited to participate in the Uruguayan Festival, the Festival de la Independencia de Uruguay?
Yeah, Independencia, yes.
Independencia. The flyers the English flyers will be coming soon.
Yes.
But we have the flyers en Espanol currently. And it is Sunday, August 21st.
Correct.
Here's the flyer with the date and the time. It's Sunday, August 21st at Sima Park in Fitchburg from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. It's $10 per automobile.
Yes.
Or per family.
Yes.
And there'll be multiple music acts, and there's going to be lots of different food, and there's going to be games, and there's going to be vendors, and there's going to be people selling Uruguayan stuff.
Yes.
And what else? What else can we expect at the festival?
There's also going to be a lot of kids activities. There's going to be like kids. We're thinking about doing like a trivia. How much do you know about Uruguay? Winner gets, a kid's basket. We're even doing the potato sack races. Boys versus girls, and then the winner gets the another basket. So there's many different things that kids can come and be part of. Not just the trivia and the game, but there's just other booths as well. So there's a lot. It's a lot happening that day.
So it's a very family friendly event.
Yes.
Is our dogs welcome?
I believe so. I would have to check in with Simon Park itself to see if they allow that, but I can definitely get back to you. They do? All right,
Yep.
then they're welcome.
Yep. And so is this the kind of thing that people should bring their own chairs to watch the music, or bring their own blankets, or how does that work?
There will be tables and benches there. In case there isn't enough tables or benches, we do recommend just bringing something extra. You could sit on the grass alongside, or just sit along the benches as well. But there will be some things there.
Nice.
Yes.
And so the Uruguayan Festival, will this be a yearly event?
Yes. Yep. This is the first event that Centro Celeste is hosting as the Uruguay Independence Festival. So officially every year we would like to continue doing this. Whether it's at Sima Park, or maybe we're thinking Riverfront Park, maybe Coolidge Park. We don't want to keep it, we'll do a new surprise every time, but that just depends on the year. But yeah, well, hopefully every single year we'll be able to do it.
Sounds good. I know Sima Park is a beautiful, location for festivals. Many festivals, happen at Sima Park. I do like it.
Yeah.
I mean, but Fitchburg has so many great places to have festivals. So.
Yes, definitely.
Okay. So, is there anything that we didn't discuss? Is there anything you'd like to add, Natalie?
No.
Oh, Jared, can we put Natalie's email? There it is. He knew. So this is the email in case you're interested in finding out more information.
Yes.
About Centro Celeste or Centro Celeste. Is that
Yes.
how you say it?
Yep.
Centro Celeste, or the Uruguayan Festival. You can email Natalie right here, and we also have a phone number.
Yes.
Yeah. You
Yep.
can call 978-728-8627, and you can speak with someone at Centro Celeste.
It'll be me.
It'll be Natalie. All right. Great. And is that it?
That would be it.
All
Thank
right.
you.
Thank you, Natalie, for coming, and thank you for hosting this great event and for starting this great nonprofit that will help the people in our community.
Thank you. Thank you for having me today. Thank you for letting me introduce, a little bit about us to the community here.
Right. And then next time you do some workshops or whatever it is, if you want to promote those, please come here, and we'll share it with our audience again.
Sounds great.
All right.
Thank you.
And thank you for watching. We are going to take a short break, and then we're going to be talking with director Kevin Baldwin and talk about the Phantom Toll Booth Jr., which is a production by New Players Theater Guild, which is also stemming from a children's workshop. So it's going to be the most adorable thing ever. So we'll see you in a couple minutes.
Excellent opening move. We played this
opening lines for the Bishop and the
many,
Queen.
many times. 10-year-old Alice Lee. Let's see a photo of Alice Lee.
So she plays age 3,
Okay.
and we were thinking mainly it's to make Luft, they call
Yeah,
it,
Luft.
German for air.
At the age 8, he was also able to play blindfold, but most of his exhibitions were where he had sight of the board. And he usually played between 15 and 20 players. Yes, I think taking with the Queen. How did Carissa respond to Bishop C4?
She plays Knight F6, attacking
The pawn.
Jennifer's pawn.
Hello there. Welcome back to Discussing Fitchburg Now. I'm Sam Squalia, and we are now talking with director Kevin Baldwin of the New Player Theater Guild's The Phantom Tollbooth Jr. Thanks for coming on.
Thank you for having me.
All right. So the Phantom Tollbooth Jr. is a children's remake of this popular play.
Yes, it was a story, came out in the early 1960s, and unfortunately the author's name escapes me, so please bear with me. But the story was written by, it came out at the same time as Maurice Sendek's Where the Wild Things Are, Roald Dahl's James and the Giant Peach, and this one was by Norton Juster, who also did this new adaptation for the stage. Came out about approximately 10 years ago with a brand new score, but it was also a animated film back in the late 60s, which featured Butch Patrick, who some people may remember from The Munsters as Little Eddie Munster. And he played the lead character of Milo, pictured here. Now we've got a young lady named Julia who is fabulous in the role, and it has a beautiful voice, and we're having a great time putting this together. Now this is a junior version of the full musical. The full musical would be normally played with adults. This one is all young actors.
All children.
All young actors. Yep.
Really?
Yep. They're terrific. You know, it's great because it's been since 2019 was our last youth workshop at New Players, and we did Shrek the musical back then, and we miss these kids a lot, and I hate calling them kids because they really are young actors. You know, some of them may have no experience whatsoever, but I've found that with adults as well. So, it's always great to work with those that are interested in the performing arts. So working with this particular group of kids has just been, after two and a half years being away from it.
Everybody's
it's
ready
just
to get back in.
Absolutely, we're yearning for it. You know.
So you were able to offer a summer workshop for the kids. So they've been working on this for a number of months, correct?
Well, since the beginning of June,
Yeah.
you know, or just as school was ending, we picked up. So
It was like a summer program.
Yep, and we have young performers who have come to us from Westminster and Ashburnham, Leominster, Fitchburg, you know, all around the area. So it's great working with them.
What an awesome resource for not only the kids to be able to, engage and play in this, act in this, but for parents as well.
Yes, again, after 2 years being away from it for a lot of groups, not just us, but just to be able to offer the program again, it's a joy. You know, and we're really having a great time with it. We're literally rehearsing right now as we speak in the building right around the corner from the studio. And my wife is the choreographer. Her name is Karen. And our music director, her name is Luann. Both of them are just doing a fabulous job with them. We got some great stage managers and producers that are keeping things going. And it's really turning into a wonderful show.
So it's a musical.
It is a full musical, yep.
Aww.
Yep, it runs approximately an hour and 15 minutes, no intermission. But there really isn't one required because the cast keeps everything engaged, keeps the audience engaged throughout the entire show.
Oh, fantastic. So we've introduced the show. So let's bring up the flyer, and then you can see the dates that are available.
is.
Can we bring these up on the main screen? Thank you, Jared. So August 11th is when it premieres,
Correct.
and then it'll be August 11th, 12th, 13th at 7:30 p.m. And so I assume that's Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Actually, it's Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and then
Thursday,
Sunday is
Friday,
the
Saturday. That makes
14th.
sense. And then so it's one weekend.
One weekend only.
One
Yeah.
weekend. So Thursday night, Friday night, Saturday night, and then Sunday the matinee at 2 p.m. And you can buy tickets right in advance at New Players Theater Guild, website nptg.org.
Right.
Oh, there it is. Right
There
on
it
the
is, right there.
And but also you can buy tickets right at the theater, right at the door as well.
Yes, you can call, you can reserve the tickets. I believe the phone number's on the flyer there. And just keep in mind that the building is not handicap access right now.
Oh, is the elevator broken?
The elevator's been broken for a couple of years. We're still working on getting that fixed. So please just, if you have some people who require special services, give the theater a call and they can walk you through it. But right now we don't have the elevator available to get somebody who requires it to the second floor.
And on that note, you can go to nptg.org and donate to the great cause of fixing the elevator that is currently within this facility that needs to be repaired to make it handicap accessible.
Donations gratefully accepted.
Yes. And speaking of donations, what is the cost for the show?
$15 across the board. So adults, children, seniors, it's all the same price.
Awesome. All right, well worth the cost of admission. An hour and 15 minutes. You go for 7:30 p.m.? Is that when it starts, 7:30?
Yep,
7:30 p.m., then get some dinner or dinner first?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You can do it either way. You'll still have time after the show to go out and celebrate. If you're coming to support your children, in the show, take them out afterwards and go for ice cream, and for dinner or whatever.
And it's 15 Rollstone Street, is that the address?
Correct.
15 Rollstone Street is the New Players Theater Guild Theater. And I mean, you're right near the Boulder Cafe,
Yep.
you're right near the River Styx, you're right near all kinds of different
Absolutely.
restaurants.
Yep, walking distance from a lot of
Tacos
things.
Tequila. Oh, there's so many options.
Absolutely.
So this is a musical.
Yes.
And it's the culmination of the theater workshop with the kids.
Yes.
How many kids got to perform and will be performing in this theater production?
Well, we actually have 17 altogether in the show, but one of them is only going through the process of the workshop. They're not able to be there for the performances, but she's been helping out and she's been reading for people that aren't there. She just wanted to be part of it. So, and we have a set of triplets that are involved. Two of the girls are in the show, and their brother's going to be helping backstage. So it's a real family affair, but it's great seeing young people so enthusiastic about just participating in the process. They're not necessarily looking to be out there as a star on the stage. They just want to be part of it.
Yeah, my daughter doesn't enjoy a lot of things, but she really enjoyed doing theater productions at school.
Yeah, and
I mean, it
these
feels
guys
like
are-
it's across the board. Everybody loves it.
Oh, sure, absolutely. And if there's just, you don't have to be a great performer to enjoy performing, and as long as the directors keep the environment light for everybody and make sure that everyone is valued for what they do, what they bring to the table, then everyone goes away having had a good experience, a rewarding experience.
And so you must find this experience very rewarding. This is your 8th year directing with the New Players Theater Guild?
Yes. We've had a wonderful relationship. Both my wife and myself, and my kids have been involved in some of the shows as well. They're all grown now. My youngest just turned 20 yesterday, so.
Oh.
But we've had a great relationship with these people. They've become like an extended family. Bill McGrath and Nancy King, two of the mainstays of the group. They're wonderful people, and we love working with them.
fantastic. And do you have any upcoming productions after this that you are going to plan to get involved with?
Me personally, no, because I'm spending most of my time reviewing shows these days as opposed to directing them. Come next year, if there's another workshop, I might direct it. Maybe time to move to somebody new, but we'll see how it plays out. I'm certainly not making plans that far in advance these days because Lord knows what else is going to be coming our way.
Try not to make plans too far in advance. It's true.
Not these days. Not these days. Yeah. But there's a lot of great shows coming up, and New Player's next production, I believe they're hoping to do Putnam County Spelling Bee.
Ooh, that's a show?
That's another great musical.
Oh, it's a musical.
Yep. It's very popular. The 12th or 15th annual Putnam County Spelling Bee is the full title, and so they should be announcing auditions soon. If that's still the plan, fall production.
Mm-hmm. Which you can follow on their New Players Theatre Guild Facebook page and on the website.
Correct.
All the audition information will be generally available there pretty quickly.
Absolutely.
Yep.
At nptg.org.
NPTG.
There it is.
Magic. So Kevin, you've been involved in the theater industry for a really long time, and you've been doing theater reviews of community theater and larger theaters all around the area.
Yep, I'm a member of the American Theater Critics Association, and I've been reviewing shows since about 2011. I started off with the Worcester Telegram and Gazette as a correspondent, and have moved up to their primary reviewer when Paul Colas retired a few years ago. In 2018, the publication reduced the area of coverage to just the city of Worcester, so I started the Massachusetts Entertainment and Theater Review magazine online to sort of broaden the scope of my reviews to cover anywhere between the Majestic Theater out in West Springfield all the way into Boston at the Wang Center and some of the great theaters that are happening in Boston. We got Theater at the Mount here coming up in Gardner. They're doing Margaritaville. Give them a little plug too. I mean,
oh, that's happening soon?
Yep. Sterling has got their annual production coming up in September. There's a lot of wonderful things going on these days. And after almost 2 full years of no theater whatsoever,
it's like boom,
it's great.
Lots of stuff.
It is terrific.
And everybody, and it feels like everybody is ready to come out and be in person and see theater. I mean, we're still in the lingering issues of pandemic, it feels like, but it feels like overall, most people are vaccinated and most people are ready to come out.
Yes, and I think that is the case because, this past year was the first real full season of shows that most of these groups that I just mentioned were doing. And there have been some bumps in the road. Some productions had to cancel a number of performances, if they weren't able to do a full run. But overall, I think we're getting there. I think we're finally getting to a point where, as long as nothing else happens, we'll start to see many more wonderful shows coming up in the coming year.
Sounds good. We got to knock on wood for that.
Yeah, I agree with you.
But this one that you want to go support next is the Phantom Toll Booth Jr. It's a 1 hour and 15-minute long musical put on by 16 kids that have worked through this theater workshop. It's Thursday night, Friday night, and Saturday night at 7:30 at the New Players Theatre Guild Theater at 15 Rollstone Street in Fitchburg. You can purchase tickets right online at nptg.org, or you can buy tickets right at the door. And you know what? The fact is, Kevin, even if you can't make it to the theater, you should probably buy a ticket right online to support the theater's mission, and support these future workshops for the kids.
Absolutely. I mean, all theaters, need your support. You know, whether it's new players, whether it's Stratton, whether it's any of the wonderful organizations that, you know, depend on your patronage, you know, and new players is absolutely worthy of that, you know, and to continue to provide entertainment for the area, you know, we need you to just give us a call or visit the website, go to the Facebook page, and make a donation.
It's really a small amount, but it makes a big difference.
Yes, absolutely. You know, and so we were able to continue offering programs like Fan Untold with 4 young people. You know, that helps us as well. You know, so we really appreciate anything that you can spare.
And we want bodies at the theater.
Absolutely.
Because there's nothing like kids getting all excited with a full crowd of people yelling and clapping and
Yep.
screaming.
And there should be a lot of that, especially with this show. It's a fun show. You know, I haven't really talked about what it's about, but it's about this young boy named Milo. It's actually played by a girl in our show. But we're not going to disguise that in any way. We're just going to leave it as is.
Mila.
You know, we'll leave it as is for right now, because she's a wonderful actress and, you know, a wonderful
Peter
singer.
Pan was played by a girl, right?
Absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely. And we've got, again, a great cast. But Milo, the main character, is in a little bit of a funk. You know, they're bored. They can't find anything enjoyable with their daily activities. You know, what books to read, and, you know, school is boring, this is boring, that is boring. And falls asleep, has this dream that she winds up in this magical land where, you know, rhyme and reason is lost. And, you know, it becomes Milo's mission to return rhyme and reason so that the entire world that she becomes involved in, you know, is back to, you know,
It makes
normal.
sense again?
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh,
Yeah.
that sounds fun.
It is a lot of
Is
fun.
there like kind of wacky set, like dreamlike set design? Was that fun to do?
Because there's a world that's made up totally of words, and then there's a world that's made up totally of numbers. There are opposing odds, which can also serve as a metaphor for today, in today's world. You know, different factions, you know, opposing factions, polarized, you know, parties, let's say.
We all pick up what you're putting down.
So, you know, to have someone of youth come in and who is confused by all of this, you know, and has become a little bit lethargic, you know, and has lost interest, and through all of Milo's experiences becomes re-engaged. And as they become re-engaged, help these two worlds come together and reunite with rhyme and reason.
Interesting. Well, if we want to get a full grasp of it, we're really going to have to go see it.
Yep.
And so we have 4 chances, including a Sunday matinee.
Exactly.
Sounds good. And there is no intermission, so it's only an hour and 15 minutes. So you can go get dinner first, or you could go get dinner after.
Absolutely.
It's a fairly quick show.
Yeah, it is. It is. But it's a lot of fun, too. The time will go by very, very quickly.
Yeah. Sounds good. Okay. Let's see. Was there anything else that we missed, Kevin? I feel like we covered a lot.
We did cover a lot, and I just want to emphasize that the young people that are involved in the show are, you know, they're a terrific group. Some of them we haven't seen since 2019, and but a lot of them are brand new to new players, and we hope they continue, and we hope people come out to support them and support the kids that have been there, you know, before, and that we can keep this going.
All right. Well, thank you, Kevin, for dedicating your time to directing this and directing for so many years with New Players Theatre Guild and putting this on for our community.
Well, I thank them as well for offering me the opportunity to work with them. 'Cause it's been a
Absolutely.
great joy.
Thank you for supporting New Players Theatre Guild and giving the community in the area and the region more community theater and more opportunity for people to have their first experience in theater, and then their second, third, fourth, fifth, etc. because they get hooked.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And also thank you for watching at home. So we will end the show here. Thank you so much for watching Discussing Fitchburg Now. We will see you back again in August. Okay, so have a good one. Bye.